And now I'm going to start my session about the Conductor CLI. And I prepared one slide for that. That was the easiest slide to prepare because everyone knows what is the CLI, right? Command line interface. So what does it mean for Conductor CLI? It means that through this little tool, you're going to be able to connect to your Conductor server and do all the common operations like start, stop, see what is the current server you attach to, switch from one server to another one. But you can do also everything about workflows. You can execute a workflow, start, pause, resume, stop, and so on. You can do the same thing with tasks also, to create a task, to get tasks, get all tasks, list them, update a task. And of course, when it's scheduled, like create schedulers and list, pause, resume, search, update. And little cherry on the cake, we also can generate code through the Conductor CLI. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to stop. I don't have any more slides because it's so easy to present. But the most interesting is now to see it live working. This tool will be released in a couple of weeks from now. Will be open sourced, of course, so everyone will have access, and it will be open for contributions to make it even better. So I'm going to switch to just to see. I'm running on my Conductor on a Docker image here. So this one is running, and I can see that I have my two ports, the AT-AT for the API, and I have the this one that I bound to have access to the console. So this is the open source version, right? That everyone knows. But the CLI can work either for the open source version or can work also with the enterprise version if you want an enterprise cluster. Definitions, you can see I have just like the usual three out-of-the-box workflows that are here. And what I'm going to do is to switch to my terminal window. Just going to switch a little bit because I don't see it very well with the Zoom. Okay. And the first thing I'm going to do is CCLI -- help to see what this product is able to do. So the available command of CCLI are code generation, completion of the script, help, of course, schedule server, task, webhook, workflows. This is everything that is planned to be delivered. And every command has some kind of actions, and every actions has also potential flags. So for example, if I do CCLI server and the flag help, I'm going to have what I can do on a CCLI server. What I can do is show all connected servers, what is the current server, log to have the trail local server logs, remove, start, stop, use. Let's see what is the current one. Oh, sorry, I forgot server current. So I am connected because previously to prepare the meetup, I used the use of my local server. So I am connected here to my current server. So, and of course I can start, stop it. What I can do also is to see what are the workflow commands. What I can do is all of this. So let's list all the workflows. So I can see here that I have all of the workflows that are attached to my server, and I can see the version number as well. So that's interesting. Let's go back to our console. Sorry, I need to move some windows here, and I'm going to create a new workflow, right? I'm going to say this is my super flow. I'm going to get it like this, just for the sake of the demo. I'm going to save this. Save. Once it is saved, if I go back to the terminal and I do the list again, I can see that I have my super flow now that appears in the list. Good. Now, what about if I change my flow? Let's say, so I'm going to go to my Visual Studio. I prepared a little task here that is my task. Doesn't do anything in that. It's just common worker, right? But it's just going to be, will be, I'm going to remove this one. And I'm going to put my task. I'm going to save. So now I'm on version 2. And if I go back here and I CLI the workflow, I can see that I have my super workflow 2 and my super workflow 1. So we said also that we can, from a workflow, we can execute or start. So let's say I want to start. Sorry. My super flow. Then it starts and I have the workflow ID that is associated. Of course, if I go back here and I see execution, I can see that, yes, my flow has been executed, and I can also see what are the workflow, of the task, what are the workflow, the output of this task. Oh, we don't have any, oh yeah, it doesn't do anything on that one. Oh yeah, it's running, it's not, it's because I executed the my second workflow that has a task that is my task, and my task doesn't have a worker now. So to do so, what I can do is to generate the code of my task. And for that, I'm going to do a CCLI. I'm going to say code generate. And what can I do with code generate? So I have a few flags. One is the boilerplate that will be used to generate the code. So there is a GitHub repo with on Conductor organization that is called boilerplate, with all boilerplates that are available for generation. And of course, you can also send a PR to that with your own boilerplate, but by default, it's going to go to a core subdirectory in that repo. But then I'll have to give the programming language for which I want to generate my code, the name of the project, and the type of the project. Is it an application that will execute workflows, or is it just a worker? So here I'm going to do code generate, and I'm going to say what I want is, so the type will be a worker. I want a language JavaScript, and I want to give a name. So that would be a subdirectory that will be generated. I'm going to say demo app. So the name is asking for me the name of my application. Let's say demo app, like this. And is going to ask me also the name of the task I want to create my worker for. So I'm going to say it's my task. Things are generated successfully. So I'm going to do cd demo app. Let's clear a little bit this and see what has been generated. So I have an index.js and a package.json. If I open my code editor with this, you can see what I have here. This is the index.js that has been generated with a worker that is connected to my task. Sorry, I'm going to remove this so we can see it in a better way. It's going to say hello world. I'm going to say from Conductor Meetup. Of course, here I have some server settings with potentially key ID, key secrets, and a server URL. I don't need anything here because I'm working on my local. So I'm going to say this is localhost colon 8080. I'm going to save this. Package.json is already predefined, so I don't have anything to do here. Let's go back and just install all the dependencies. Of course, there is the JavaScript SDK, Conductor JavaScript SDK as a dependency. And I'm gonna execute my index.js. And I can see that because I have my task there, that the task has already been executed. Of course, because we previously launched our execution is now with status completed. So we launched that flow and we can see if I introspect the output of that task that I have my message hello world from the Conductor Meetup. It's exactly what I put in my code. So through the CLI, I can connect to my server, I can stop the server, I can manage my workflows, I can generate code, execute code. In just a couple of minutes, I can do all of those things. So that's pretty convenient. And again, we're going to release it pretty soon, and I'm sure you're going to have thousands of ideas to make it even better.